Hey folks, how you doing? Today we're at Interlagos in Group 3s. I'm playing around in the Porsche here. I like having a Porsche, it's just a steady car around the track. I don't have the fastest I've ever done here right now, but I think it's fast enough for me to take and be happy with. I figure we can talk about it and I can tell you about what I'm doing. You can add anything to help me get better, let me know, and hopefully I'll mention something that'll help you. Okay, so turn one. I always try to enter this as wide as possible. If you go too wide and get all four tires into that paint, you're going to get a penalty. I have found that penalty several times here. I don't have the cones, so if you think I'm trying to hit the cones, sorry about that. I'm not trying to hit the cones. I don't even have it. I forget that they're there. But I tend to brake right here just before the halfway point between that 100 board and that 50 board. And as you can see, right when I brake, I already have that car kind of angled in to point at the halfway point on the track in terms of the inside and the outside of the track. So I'm not aiming towards the inside of the track, towards the apex yet, and I'm not trying to drive straight. I'm driving towards I'm not trying to stick to the right side of the track. I'm trying to aim for the halfway point from the right side of the track. You see me hit that point. I'm still wide out here, so as the car is getting slowed down, I'm bringing it in, try to meet that apex right there, and try to, if you brake too late, you're going to be braking to this point and you're going to have no speed on this apex, so don't be scared to brake a smidge early so that you can carry speed to this apex. And it's for this whole section here to work, you're going to have the car on the right spot in the track, pointed in the right direction. Obviously that sounds like something you would want for the whole track, but it's especially important right here because making this section right can cost you 0.4 of a second really fast. So you want to be on the left side of the track and you're going to be pointed at that halfway point so that you can then get here. And right as I get to here, I usually upshift early to about third, and as you can see, I'm going to cut this corner about as much as I can. Now I didn't get to cut it as much as I could have, or should have cut that more. And coming out of here, car likes to understeer, but make sure you stay in the gas so you can test exactly how hard you can push it. Here, I brake right at that 100 board right there, and I brake in a straight line for about 50 meters, just past, before I start turning in. And I downshift to second or third. Second is the fastest out, but third is also very doable. Now when you let off the brake for this section, if you let off quick enough but not too quick, the car will rotate more for you, and that'll help you really bite into the apex and be pointed in the right direction for a quick exit. If you don't get it right, it could cost you 1/10 of a second, but you can still hit 132s without doing that. So if you just want to brake her in nice and easy and let off the brake nice and easy into this apex, you can do that and still have a decent lap time. And I also missed another opportunity right there to really have two wheels off the track. So right here, in about a smidge of a moment here, I'm going to angle that car in and I'm going to ride the brake towards that apex. It's going to happen just before that 50-yard board. If you wait right to that 50-yard board, I tend to miss and go too wide. So I try to angle it in and just go about half brake, and that way I can brake through there and not, because the point is you don't want to lose too much speed getting in here because it's a real long corner. You just want to slow down the corner speed if possible, ride the gas through, and then accelerate out. You see that brake wasn't 100%. Right here you can see those 3 skid marks on the left hand side of the track coming up. Those are my brake points. As you can see, I'm running as wide as I can. You can run the car all the way over there to those skid marks, those left side tires off of the rumble strip, and you still won't get a penalty. So don't be scared to really push the exit of that corner we just came out of. But either way, you're going to brake before you get to that curved skid mark. That straight like skid mark on the left hand side, that's going to be, you're going to be braking alongside that near the end of it there. So you can see here is another instance where it's an instance where my tires are off the track. There are at least 3, and this is one of them. I think this is the last. There's probably 3 or 4. I think the last corner on this track you can do this again. And it's suggested that you do it. If you don't do it, you're just missing an opportunity. Everyone else is going to do it. You're going to lose that speed on them for no good reason. So as long as you have those 2 tires on the rumble strips on the outside, then you're fine, and you drag those other ones as far inside as you can. And when we go back around the track here again without me stopping it, I'll point them out again, all the opportunities on the track for you to do that. And make sure you carry speed through that corner. Don't brake all the way into the apex if you don't have to. If you can get the braking done and roll your speed through that corner, that's going to get you a lot of time. Right here, you have to gas out of this corner a lot sooner than you think, but there's like a tall tale sign the car gives you as this corner banks, and you can see the exit. Like the front of the car tends to bite in right after the apex, and you can start getting into the throttle there, and then when you know that you're good, you can really punch it out. That green right where it starts is about where I start to brake. Right there or right after. I try to brake in a straight line for a little bit. That way I can go for a late apex on this corner. And you can exit this in second, but you can also pick up 1/10 of a second if you exit in first, but it's going to be a little more precarious. And I would practice taking that exit first. That way you can get it done. I usually try to brake right about here. I know it's just a bunch of splotches of green on the right hand side, but I try to choose the right splotch. And I don't always choose the right splotch. I'm still trying to get it 100%. But definitely find which splotch works for you. And this corner is going to work the same as corner 4, and this is also the last point where you can cut. So you brake in a straight line just like corner 4, and depending how you let off the brake, you can get that car to rotate just like that, and then you can get those tires right off the track just like that. I just jump right back on that gas for the exit in second. So we'll go back and I'll let it play out and without me stopping it. And I'll point out each corner where you should be cutting it. Your 132.118. Little skippily dippily. Alright. We're going to cut this second corner here. Go corner 1, and then corner 2 should be cut. 2 tires off the track. Be sure to stay in the gas there to test how wide that car will actually go, because it'll stop going out at some point. You're going to cut the track here too. I missed the opportunity, but that's probably why I went wide and almost lost the car, but cut that track and carry a lot more speed through there. Easy on the brake there. Cut the track here like nobody's business. Like nobody's business. A whole nother car lane could have been inside there. Alright, this last corner you're going to cut the track also. That's about all you want to take on that one. You don't need too much more. Alright, I hope it helps out in some way, shape, or form. If you have any more questions, let me know. If you have anything you can share, let me know too in the comments below.